Hello, my dear students. Once again, myself, Mrs. Dipali Jori from KK Polytechnic Nasik. Welcome you all in my online lecture series of Basic Mathematics. So, in today's video, we will discuss about the topic matrices. So, this is the sixth video of topic matrices from your syllabus. So, now in this video, we will discuss about solution of simultaneous equations using matrix inversion method. Okay, so this is the steps you have to remember while finding solution of simultaneous equations using matrix inversion method. Now remember that this is the one of the most important application of matrices, that is we can solve linear simultaneous equations, okay, using matrix. So this type of system of simultaneous equations will be given to you. Okay, it's a system of simultaneous equations. What is mean by simultaneous equations? First of all, simultaneous equations means the number of equations and the number of unknowns should be same there, and they should be linear. Linear means the highest power of variables x, y or z should be equal to 1. Okay, they must be linear. After that, the number of equations, see these are the three equations here. So equations are 3, so there must be 3 unknowns. The unknowns are x, y and z. Now we have to solve these simultaneous equations using matrices. Solve means what? We have to find out the values of unknowns. What are the unknowns here? The unknowns are x, y and z. Okay, so we have to find out the values of x, y and z after solving these equations using matrices. Again, you have to remember the few steps here. First of all, the steps to solve by matrix inversion method. The step number 1 is write those equations first of all into matrix form. The matrix form is simply capital A into capital X equal to B. What are those A, X and B means? They all are the matrices. Capital A, see the matrix is here. This is that matrix A, capital A matrix. A is a matrix of coefficients of x, y and z. It's a matrix of coefficients. After that, X, capital X, it's a column matrix of unknowns. Unknowns means the values which we have to find out. The values are x, y and z. And capital B, B is again column matrix. It's a column matrix of constants from RHS. Fine. So before writing those equations into matrix form, you first have to check whether the equations are in standard form or not. Now what is that standard form? The standard form is in each and every equation, your first term should be x, second term should be y, third term should be z, and the constants should be there in RHS. Okay. Not necessary that every time x, y and z unknowns are given. Maybe another alphabets they may ask to find. So you just have to take care that you have to arrange them into alphabetical manner. X term first, then y term, then z term. Similar alphabets you have to collect. Okay, in each and every equation, and collect the constants there in RHS. Constant means which are free from alphabets. Fine, D1, D2 and D3. They are the single constants. So A is a matrix of coefficients, B is a column matrix of unknowns, and C is again a column matrix of constants now. So this way you first have to write those matrices. Okay, equations into matrix form is your first step. Next step is, step number 2 is calculate determinant of A. Again you have to find out the inverse of matrix here. Okay, find inverse of matrix, and for finding A inverse, the steps are already explained to you in the previous video. The 4 steps were there: determinant value, matrix of cofactors, then adjoint of A and inverse of A. Okay, these 4 steps again you have to do here to get that A inverse. A matrix you first have to find out by writing those equations into matrix form. Okay, identify A matrix here. Then find determinant value, check whether it is 0 or not. If it is non-zero, then only go further. If it is 0, your A inverse does not exist. Okay. So if it is, let us suppose that A inverse is determinant of A is non-zero. Okay. Then you have to calculate matrix of cofactors there by using same logic, writing the big matrix with 2 by 2 determinants there. Then find adjoint of A, that is C transpose of matrix of cofactors. Then find A inverse by using this ratio, and using last step now you have to again remember here the step number 6. The 4 steps are already known to you. Sixth step is using equation. See, the equation is Ax equal to B. This already we have written in the previous slide. I have explained you. This is the just matrix form of equations. Matrix of coefficients. Sorry. This is the column matrix of unknowns. This is the column matrix of constants. So in this equation, by using this equation, you can find X matrix. Right? This is the matrix we have to find out, no? X matrix, column matrix with the unknowns X, Y, Z. Right? So this X matrix we have to find out. Correct? So what is it? X matrix from this equation? It is simply equal to A inverse B. It is A inverse B. When you will shift A into RHS, okay, that shifting is not possible in matrices. We are not going to shift that A into RHS. Division is not allowed in matrices. So what we'll do in matrices here, we will pre-multiply both the sides by A inverse. Okay, after pre-multiplying both the sides of this equation by A inverse, what we will get? A inverse into A. A inverse into A is the matrix of I. It's a matrix of, it's a identity matrix. Okay, so A inverse into A becomes I into X is the matrix X itself. Okay, so the left hand side is X and your RHS becomes, to RHS also we are going to multiply by, pre-multiply by A inverse. So your RHS is A inverse B, and hence X is finally equal to what? Multiplication of these two matrices. The matrices A inverse and B. You have to further multiply them and you'll get your required matrix X there. So to finding that matrix X, the matrix of unknowns, we must get A inverse. So for getting that A inverse, you have to do those 4 steps here. Find out A inverse, multiply it finally simply by B, you'll get matrix X there. Let's see. Simple example there. See, this is the example. See, the question is using matrix inversion method solve the following equations. The equations are x plus y plus z equal to 3, 3x minus 2y plus 3z equal to 4, 5x plus 5y plus z equal to 11. So these are the 3 equations given to us. You first have to observe whether they are in standard form or not. What is that standard form? In each and every equation, your first term should be x, second should be y, third should be z, constant should be there in RHS. Now here in the given equations already they are in standard form. Right? This way, not horizontally. You write them into vertical way. Okay, so that you can easily identify the standard form. Now the next step is, now they are already in standard form, go further, write those equations into matrix form as A into X equal to B. What is it matrix A? It's a matrix of coefficients of X, Y and Z. So this is that matrix A. See, what is that first column? It should be the coefficients of X, 1, 3, 5. You have to write those elements with respective sign. Fine. Next column should be coefficients of Y, 1, minus 2, 5. Here it is. Third column it should be coefficients of Z, 1, 3, 1. Next, you have to write X matrix. It's a matrix of unknowns. Column matrix it is X, Y into Z. Sorry, X, Y, Z into first column. And equal to B. Capital B is a column matrix of constants, 3, 4, 11. Fine. Why we are going to write into this form only? Why we are considering only column matrices here? Okay. See, when you will expand this, when you multiply these two matrices, the multiplication is already explained to you. So when you will multiply, what we will do? We multiply row with column. This is just the another way of writing these equations. We are just writing these equations into matrix form. Actually, they both have same meaning. How? See, when you will multiply these two matrices in LHS, you will again get the equations. See, 1 into x is x plus y plus z, right? When we multiply, we go on adding, right? So x plus y plus z equal to 3. Second row when we will multiply, second row with first column. 3x minus 2y plus 3z will becomes 4. Here it is, your second equation. Next, third row with the column 5x plus 5y plus z. 5x plus 5y plus z equal to 11 will be the third equation. Okay. So they both have actually the same meaning. This is just the another way of writing those matrices equations. Because we have to solve those equations by matrix method. So we have to write them into matrix form. So this is that form. Where, see, now we have to identify A matrix here. Our A matrix is 1, 1, 1, 3 minus 2, 3, 5, 5, 1. This is your A matrix. It's a matrix of coefficients. B is the matrix of constants. And X is the column matrix of unknowns. Fine. Now we have to go on doing our steps. It is not necessary to mention the steps here. Step number 1, step number 2, step number 3. That way you should not write. You just remember there are six steps. We have to perform 6 steps there. What is our first step? First step is to find determinant value. So determinant, write down a matrix into determinant form first of all. They expand it. The value is 20, which is non-zero. Hence A inverse exists. The next step is to find matrix of cofactors. Matrix of cofactors also I have explained you. You have to write that big matrix with 2 by 2 determinants. Okay, by go on heading corresponding row and corresponding column of that particular element, for which you are going to find out that cofactor. So there are 9 cofactors again. Okay, respective cofactors are here. Be careful with the sign when you will expand. For this one element, it will be minus 2, 3, 5, 1. Hope the matrix is clear to all of you. Next, expand them, multiply left to right first of all, then right to left. Okay, this is that matrix of cofactors C. Minus 17, 12, 25, 4 minus 4, 0, 5, 0 minus 5. This is your C matrix. After that, what we have to do? We have to write its transpose. So this is that matrix of cofactor transpose, that is adjoint of A. Write rows into columns, minus 17, 12, 25, 4 minus 4, 0, 5, 0 minus 5. Okay, and then find A inverse, adjoint of A upon determinant of A. Our determinant value is 20. Adjoint of A is the matrix. Here it is. Substitute it there. Keep that 1 upon 20 outside the matrix. Do not immediately multiply it. We'll multiply it at last. Okay, this is your adjoint of A now. So now our final answer is to find out X matrix, XYZ values. So what is that formula for to finding X? It is simply equal to A inverse into B. Multiply these two matrices. So A inverse into B, this is our A inverse matrix. 1 by 20 also we have to include there. It is there in A inverse. So 1 by 20 into the matrix into the B matrix. B matrix is matrix of constants 3, 4, 11. Okay. Keep again that 1 by 20 outside the matrix. First you multiply these two matrices. Row with column. Row with column. Okay. Row with column. So minus 17 into 3 is minus 51 plus 16 plus 55. Next. 12 3 is a 36 minus 16. Last number is 0. Next. Third row with the column. 25 3 is a 75. This is 0 and minus 55. Fine. So add those two numbers, add or subtract, and your column matrix becomes, yes, it is 20, 20, 20. You have to write those elements into column form. Row with column we are going to multiply. First row with first column. So element will come into first row, first column. Second row in first column, second row with first column. Third row with first column, so it becomes third row, first column. Okay, position you should not shuffle. Go on writing in column form. So what is an answer? Now at last you multiply each and every number by 20. 1 by 20. Okay. So 20 upon 20 your answer will be 1, 1, 1. So the respective values of x, y and z are equal to 1. Okay. This way you have to solve those equations. Follow the 6 steps and you will get the answer. Fine.